I'm gonna be honest with you, soul family. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. A lot of melanated people that look exactly like me, whether they dark skin or they not dark skin, and they have traits where they just like take up after cavemen and cave women from Europe to the point where they don't like the sun, they don't like to do athletic things and shit like that. Those type of melanated people, they got caveman and cave women DNA. How I know? I met people that had the same skin color as me, or they might have just been melanated like me, have the same hair texture, all that shit. And the thing is, they don't like the sun the same way a caveman and a cave woman don't like the sun. They don't like to do athletic things the same way a caveman and a cave woman don't like to do athletic things. And where did cavemen and cave women came from? Cavemen and cave women came from fucking Europe. And yeah, there's melanated people out there that just, they cannot stand the sun. They can't stand to do athletic things, right? Because most melanated people, where they might be Africans or Caribbeans, you would think that just because you see a person that got melanated skin with melanated hair, you think that it's in their genes to do athletic things. It's in their genes to want to connect with Mother Nature, want to connect with the sun and all that. You would think that, but when you step foot into USA, you're going to see a bunch of melanated people who act just like cavemen and cave women. This is all facts. Like, I really think a lot of these melanated people in places like Louisiana or Mississippi or Arkansas, most of those melanated people, they got some caveman DNA for real. Those melanated people who grew up in Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas throughout the 1900s and all that shit, all the way up to now, I think those type of melanated people are cavemen and cave women DNA with some European in their blood. Because I've seen melanated people in Louisiana. They just cannot stand the sun. They hate the sun. They feel like their skin gets burnt by the sun. And I'm like, you're melanated skin. Like, if you dark skin, like I'm dark skinned, you should be able to enjoy the damn sun. You should be able to like do athletic things. Like, and I'd be so confused at these melanated skin people in Louisiana, in Mississippi, in Arkansas. Like, why those type of melanated people in those three places that I listed act just like cavemen and cave women? Because here's the thing, cavemen and cave women, they like to be in warehouses, right? Because if you look at the history of cavemen and cave women, they love cold places. They love to be in they like to be in caves. What's similar to a cave? A warehouse, right? A construction place. That's more similar to a cave. Cavemen and cave women love that, right? So when you do see melanated skinned people that look exactly just like me, whether they dark skinned or they not dark skinned, and they don't like to do athletic things, and they don't like the sun at all, just even if life depended on it, those type of melanated people are they got cavemen and cave women blood in their DNA for real, man. This stuff, I can't make this up. I can't make this up. Because I know a lot of people, I met a lot of people in my life, right? I met a lot of people in my 20 plus years of life about seeing melanated skinned people who look exactly just like me. But they got cave women and cavemen traits. Like, I'm going to tell you this, like, me, if you had to put me with a bunch of biological relatives, I would be like the so-called white man that can jump out of the whole family, right? Because I do things that most of my biological relatives cannot do. So like it has them to create a false perception of me, to try to make me to be who they want me to be, right? And I can't rock with that, right? Because like me, I know my genes and my DNA is connected to the cosmos, the sun, Mother Nature, right? I don't even got the windows all the way open to like have the sun come through, but you can see what I'm talking about, right? Like I actually want to go do athletic workouts today in the sun in Mother Nature, because like that's where I get my power source, right? My biological fathers and biological mothers and biological family don't know the information I know about the power of the sun, the power of Mother Nature, man. I'm the only one who know about it, because like, yeah, I might have grew up in a Western country like slave owner USA. USA is so similar to UK and Canada, but guess what? But like my cosmic spiritual roots is all connected to African and Caribbean countries. Like I'm so connected to the sun and Mother Nature more than all of my biological relatives. You know, because I think that a lot of my biological relatives, they got cave women and caveman DNA. You know, they like cold places. They like to be in buildings. I don't like to be in buildings. I like to be by the sun. I like to do athletic work, exercises, man. That's just my African Caribbean genes. Like, I'm not like these other cave women, cave men that got melanated skin like me, that want to be in cold places all the time. Or they just want to you know, become overweight, become underweight, you know, be out of shape, man. I can't do that, man. Like, most of my biological relatives, they're either underweight or overweight and very out of shape and very crippled. I'm the only biological relative in my family that's not crippled. That's not, like, you know, athletically challenged. I'm the only one. Like, I'm the only person in my biological family who is like super athletic, because I chose to get connected with the sun, get connected with Mother Nature, and do athletic exercise. I'm the only one who does it. So, like, I know for sure I don't have caveman DNA. I can't stand to be in cold places. I can't stand to be in a building, because if I be in a building for too long, I feel like my powers is fucking draining, right? I'm a melanated skin person. I got to be in the sun. I got to do athletic workouts. I got to. I'm melanated. I'm not European. Heck, and shout out to the European people. Shout out to the people that look European, but you actually from a whole nother planet and you do athletic exercise. Shout out to you. But for a lot of these, for most Europeans, like, they come from caveman, cave women DNA. Those are the ones who they're not very athletic. But the people that look European and they're super athletic, I can tell you they from a whole nother planet. They from a whole nother quadrant. Those type of European looking humanoid extraterrestrials, they from a whole nother atmosphere, a whole nother stratosphere. I rock with those type of Europeans. Now, for melanated people who look exactly just like me and they're like out of this world when it comes to spiritual intelligence, where it's like logical, emotional, etc., free thinking, creative intelligence, the way I got creative intelligence, I'm gonna tell you, they from a whole nother stratosphere, a whole nother atmosphere. Those type of melanated people that got spiritual intelligence out as well, I could tell they don't got cavemen or cave women DNA. But if you see melanated people who want to be a part of fraternities, sororities, and for some reason they just like to be in buildings 24/7, and they don't really like to get connected with Mother Nature, I'm gonna tell you, those type of melanated people, they got cavemen and cave women DNA for real, man. Like, there's like, if you go to USA right now, and go to the state of Louisiana, you'll see some melanated people. You'll see a bunch of melanated people that got cavemen and cave women DNA. A lot of those melanated skinned people who look like me, whether they dark skinned or not dark skinned, if you meet them in Louisiana, they're going to tell you they like to be in a building 24/7 rather than being connected with Mother Nature, right? We know Mother Nature is Mother Gaia, right? So what kind of melanated skinned person would not want to connect with the sun or connect with Mother Nature? Like, that's strange to me, man. You know, I've seen some relatives who never actually connected with Mother Nature, never really connected with the sun before. I've never even seen it in my life. So I wonder if those type of relatives like got some cavemen and cave women DNA, because, you know, cavemen and cave women, if they was to stand out in the sun, they get burnt. Like, cavemen and cave women get burnt in the sun. They can't stand the heat. I can be out in the heat. Like, my skin's not gonna burn. Like, I could look straight up at the sun and don't gotta cover my eyes at all. But all these other melanated skinned people in Louisiana and other places who have that caveman and cave women traits, where they just want to be overweight and underweight, like, they got cavemen and cave women DNA, man. It's sad.